Hey everybody, it's Renee. Trying to get set up. See if I start seeing some comments roll through. Hey Janika, how are you? I don't think I've ever seen you on here before. How was your weekend? Hey Lamar. Hey everybody on Instagram. Thank you for joining. We are getting started momentarily. Let everyone log in. If this is your first time, tell us where you're from. Hey Anthony, long time no see. How's everything going for you? Alright. Just getting stuff set up so we can go. Hey Eric and Tam, how's everybody? Chris, thank you for joining. Tell me about you all's weekend. Anything good happen? Hey Drafet! Drafet is my accountant, guys. So if you need a good accountant, tax season is coming up. Give her a call. She'll keep you out of trouble. For those on Instagram, Drafet is over here on Facebook. So if you want her information, I can send it to you. Hey Tony. Did everyone have a good weekend? Yes? No? Share something good, maybe? See, what did I do this weekend? Oh, I had a sorority sister pass, so I was a little down and out. But I did go to an event last night to support Dr. Roz. I went for about an hour or so. It was really nice. It was a little singles event. Single in the city. We'll give everyone else about a minute or so to join, because if they miss it, they can watch the replay. Hey Alex, I missed what somebody said. I saw someone said what they did. Oh, here we go. Spent the weekend recruiting at the Black Engineer. Oh, nice, Chris. That sounds awesome. Sounds kind of fun, too. All right. So it is 7:03. I try to be on time. So you're here. Yay, Tam. Welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who are new, I am Renee Butler. I'm the Life Over Coach. I'm a speaker, an award-winning business owner, and a certified project manager. I show you how to organize and prioritize your life and teach you how to monetize your business ideas and products. So simply put, I teach you how to get your life and get your money. Are you hired an AKA? Awesome. Yay! That's always good. All right. So happy Sunday. Happy date night. So today's R&Rs. We'll run through these really quickly. Again, if this is your first time joining, drop your name and where you're from. If you aren't following me on my Life Over Coach pages, please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat. Just type in Life Over Coach and give me a like or a follow. And then tell a friend. Hey, Kyra. Welcome. And thank you guys for everyone who purchased my scholarship tracker worksheet. I think that session went over really well. I think everyone's trying to get money for their kids. So if you missed the session, you can still download it. It's on my website at www.bit.ly/TLC And I also added, for those of you who may have missed the entire session, I went ahead and put the 8 steps to building a winning scholarship application. It's also on my site for $9, so you guys can go get that and help your kids start getting scholarships. All right, let's get into content. You guys ready? Let me see some yeses. Yes, 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 yes. Y'all ready for content? Okay. So tonight, we're going to be talking about developing your business and growing your strategies based on kind of where you are today or where you are in the market. And I have 3 areas that we're going to talk about today. So number 1, can we see number 1? So number 1 is talent. And what do I mean when I say talent? I'm categorizing talent today as your business strengths and people. So I want to start with strengths. So what products and services are you good at? Like, what are those things that you offer that you're really good at? And what products and services bring in the most revenue for your business? What products and services are sustainable long term? Because those are going to be the ones we're going to focus on. And once you have those identified, you want to document the ways that you can expand your audience, build out your service catalog with similar offerings, and then those products that are underperforming or that you may not, or services that you may not do well at, then those might be products you kind of want to put on the shelf maybe for later when you have time to focus. All right, and now I want to talk about people. Is your business generating enough revenue to support your staff? Are your people overworked, and do you need to hire more employees? If your staff is complaining about being overworked, if the answer is yes, you either need to look at expanding your team, reallocating tasks to other resources, or possibly perform like an audit to see exactly what they're doing and where they're focusing all of their time, because it just may be that you need to teach some time management strategies for people. And if you don't have enough revenue to support your staff, consider some cutbacks or layoff until you can reassess where you are in the market and how to generate some additional business. I know we all hate layoffs, but it is a fact of life. So we don't want you guys going into the red. All right. And speaking of market, so do you all know what your value proposition or what that is? You guys can start typing in some answers, and I'll slow down a little bit because I know there's a little bit of a lag. Who knows what your value proposition is? Okay, so that's kind of what sets you apart from your competition. Why should people be doing business with you? You know, why are you relevant? Are you credible? Doing an assessment about, what your customers are saying about you. So you need to always be able to know, what your value is in the marketplace. And this is the next thing we're going to talk about is target marketing. And this is kind of a tough thing for people because a lot of people don't know how to do this very well. And as you're growing your business and you're trying to get to that next level, typically your target market may change a little bit. Sometimes it's the same. Maybe starting off, you've got 1 or 2 products, so you've got this smaller audience. But if your business is booming and thriving, maybe, like an Amazon, you offer hundreds or thousands of products at this point. At this time, now you need to start doing what they call market segmentation. So you need to segment your market based on your product categories. Does anyone know how to do this? So what you're going to end up doing is kind of building different client profiles or avatars for each of your audiences. Did everyone understand that? No? So based on, a lot of people will say, let's say I'm working with a client and they're selling cookware or something. And I'll say, well, who's your target audience? A lot of people will say everyone. Well, everyone is not your target audience. You can't do business like that. You have to know that, for people who are buying cookware, if you say everyone, children don't buy cookware. Maybe some college kids, once they have their own apartment, will buy cookware. Older people may not always buy cookware. So you're talking about maybe new homeowners, young parents, people in that age range. So you have to understand who needs your product, who's buying your product, so that you can target to that right audience. What should the client profile include? You want to look at where they live, what things they like to do, maybe what kind of television shows they watch, how much money they make. So all of those things when you're looking at your client profile. So let's say, you have some type of a product that would be considered like classified like a Mercedes. Well, your client is not going to be someone who lives typically, in like Section 8 housing, or your client's not going to be a college student. So for someone who wants to purchase a Mercedes, your client will look something like, someone who makes maybe six figures, someone who, lives in in the suburbs, someone who maybe reads a certain type of magazine or watches a certain type of television show. So that's how you would think about when you have your products. Think about who will use my products. And that's how you can begin to start targeting and segmenting, for each product that you have, who your audience is going to be. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay, and I'm going to say it again in case someone just joined. Everyone is not your target audience. I don't care what you sell, so unless you're God, I think he's the only one that targets everybody. Okay? All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at competition. So who is your competition? So as you grow, you should be steadily evaluating what your competition is doing. Are they offering a similar product that has the same value for less? Are there opportunities, for you to partnership that you can levy? Let's say, we'll do this example. You make some type of unbreakable dinnerware, and you've grown so much, but you can't necessarily afford a huge manufacturing facility. So think of partnering with someone that maybe has a manufacturing facility, and then you can give them, a percentage of your profits. Does that make sense? She said you can't say everyone. Yeah, you definitely can't please everyone either. Okay, good. Oh, hi, Corey. All right. Is there some one thing or things that you do better than anyone else that's in your market? If the answer is yes, then you should become a leader in that industry. You do want to evaluate, time and cost and all of your risk factors. But if you feel like no one else either has this product or can provide this value or does this better than I do, you need to figure out how to become a leader, because that will help you grow leaps and bounds. All right. Is your competition doing something that you cannot do? Evaluate if it's something you can't do. Is it worth spending the time, the money, the resources so that you can? So this is a great segue into our number 2 for tonight. Can I see some number 2s, number 2s, number 2s? I'm going to wait because I know y'all going to type number 2s and I know there's a lag. All right, here we go. Time is number 2. How and what are you spending your time on? If you're just starting out, most likely you're spending a lot of your time on marketing because you're trying to bring in new clients, you're trying to fulfill orders, you're trying to make a good impression. And sometimes in order to grow your business, you have to do a self-assessment of where all of your time is going. So if you're spending all of your time doing tasks that someone else can do, you probably want to consider like hiring some help. It could be, if an accountant, some type of assistant, a virtual assistant. If you're in sales, maybe it's a sales representative that you're training and you teach them how to sell your product. Or it could simply just be someone that, is like a helper and they do whatever you tell them to do. Now, before you go out and hire people, you should have some type of job description, and you should be writing down exactly what they'll be doing and how many hours of time you will be saving. The two should match, and or you should see gains somewhere in your business processes and your revenue streams. There's no point in you hiring someone and you're allocating your time someplace else and you're still not making money. Something's wrong. So you're going to have to go back and refocus your time on some other things to figure out, hey, I've hired somebody to take over, 70% of the administrative tasks that I'm doing, but I'm still not making any money. So you should be refocusing your efforts on those things that are going to make you money. All right. Are you, like, let's say you're making products by hand, or you're manually processing payroll, tax returns, that sort of thing. If that answer is yes, then you need to start looking at some type of automation. So that brings me to number 3. You guys ready for number 3? 3. Hey, Kedrick and Samuel, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys on Instagram. I see you all over there. So we want to talk about tools. Thank you. I see a number 3. Let's say you've been in business for a while. Your business is booming. You own, we're going to use the same example of our dinnerware business. So you want to grow. So business is booming. You're looking to grow. You don't necessarily know what to do next. So let's say you've got 40 people. You've got 100 kennels that you kind of, fire the stuff up in, and you guys are cranking out orders all day and all night. And at this stage, you may want to consider automating your production line. So why would you do that? Can somebody tell me why you may want to consider automation at this point? I'm going to wait a few minutes. Can I see some answers maybe? Why would you consider automation at this point? Yes, time, number 2, you got it. But, maybe you don't do, maybe you don't do a full automation. Maybe, you're gonna get some time back, and maybe you can do more, you can do it faster. Maybe you want to do a partial automation. So those are all the kind of things that you want to look at and assess in your business. So for the sake of today, since we're talking about growing your business, let's say we're going with an automation. So now you've freed up your time, you've freed up your resources, and you're making more money. What do we want to do next? Remember, we're growing our business. So what do you guys think we should do next? I'm going to wait a few seconds. While I wait, if you guys are just joining, drop your name, drop where you're from. If you missed last week's session about raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for scholarships, you can go to www.bit.ly/TLC Market. The question on the table right now is, you have automated your business. You're trying to grow your business. What do you guys think you should do? So we're using the example of you own a dinnerware business. So you make cups, plates, bowls. So what do you want to do? She said marketing. That's a good one. Any other ones? All right, I'm going to help you guys out a little bit. So what do people who use cups, plates, and bowls, what else do they use? So remember, you're making dinnerware. What else do these people use? No answers? Or is it a delay? Utensils, yes. They're over here on Instagram getting all the answers. So yes, look at your food chain and where you sit. So for people who, if you're making cups, plates, bowls, well, people need to eat, right? They're eating something clearly out of that. So they're going to need silverware, they're going to need glassware. Before you can put the stuff in the plate or the bowl or the cups, they have to cook it, right? So if you go backwards before they get to you, that's cookware that maybe you want to look at going into that industry. People need napkins, they need tablecloths. So think about what industry you're in, where you sit, who comes before you, who comes after you, if there are complementary products that you can sell to go along with your product. And so now you're at a point where you can grow your business. You can start doing that research. You can, start getting quotes about, okay, I want to add this product to my product line. How much is it going to cost me? How much marketing do I have to do? So think about all of that, because I know everyone does something different. All right. What else can you guys automate? I'm going to use the example that we used with our business owner who was doing payroll by hand, right? So maybe he can look into like a payroll system that would not only do his payroll, it would do his taxes. It would tell him, on a monthly, quarterly, or yearly basis how much he owes, and then it can run reports for him. So now he's killed like 2 or 3 birds with one stone by picking up some type of automation system that is saving him time, it's saving him money, it's probably a little bit more accurate versus doing something by hand, right? And so, also think about, your competitors. What kind of tools or resources are they using in that same industry? Yes, Monique said an ordering system like QuickBooks. Yes, you guys are on the money tonight. So I'll give you guys a quick example. I always try to go back to my daycares. My daycare was the one place where I had like 40 to 50 employees, and I did everything there. When I first started, when we first opened, I couldn't afford to pay people to come clean the building. And it was a huge building. Huge. Because we had over 120 some kids. So my mom would come up and would meet me. And at the time, my ex-husband, and we would clean the facility because I couldn't afford it. But as soon as, we were full, then I could hire a cleaning crew to come in and to do that. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of there's levels to certain things. So, the one thing I did do in terms of automation, just because I wasn't good at doing taxes. I'd never had to do payroll taxes before. I'd had 1099 employees before, but never actual employees. So I Googled, payroll systems, check-in systems for daycare facilities. And again, I'm telling you guys, don't reinvent the wheel. There are things out here typically for almost any industry that you can use for automation. So I found a tool that parents could use when they check their children in. So they would come in, they'd enter their code, and it would check the children in. My staff could use it. They could enter their code. It would log them in for their time. We would run reports in the middle of the day to see which children were present. When we did roll, when we took roll, we could call the parents and say, hey, do you know your kid's not here? Is that intentional? Because, you got to track your kids. You can't lose kids, right? And with my staff, they clocked in, they clocked out. It also had a payroll system to it. So I literally did all of my own payroll. I saved like hundreds of thousands of dollars in money because I wasn't paying someone to run my payroll. I wasn't paying someone to figure out my tax calculations. I don't know if Drafet is still on. I paid Drafet to come in. We set everything up in the system because, taxes are different depending on where you live. So different counties have different percentages, different states have different percentages. Where we're in the DMV, we had to set up where everyone lived, what that looked like. But after it was done, it also did our accounts receivable, our accounts payable. I literally just had to buy like a big old stack of checks. So when I run payroll, I'd go to the payroll system, click a button, make sure everyone's hours were correct, and it automated all of that. I would stick a stack of checks in, hit print, and it would run all of my payroll. I would run reports for your tax deductions that were due, on a monthly and quarterly and yearly basis. Click the report. Not only did it tell me how much I owed, it printed out who it went to, so I could just put it in the mail. The same thing, we set up all of the accounts receivable, so even parent payments that were coming in, we automated that, so we didn't have to worry about taking cash from parents. I didn't have to worry about people stealing money from me. Everything was all, yes, Drafet, type in how you helped me automate everything. Like, it was phenomenal. Drafet is amazing, guys. If you all need an accountant, I highly recommend her. She is phenomenal. So that's why I say, if you can automate, automate where it makes sense, because it's very important and it will definitely help you as your business is growing. So those were our 3 topics for today. We had tools, we had time. Who remembers the last one? We talked about talent in terms of strategies you should focus on when you're growing your business. I am going to open the floor for questions about anything that I talked about. If you guys have any questions, while I'm waiting, because I know there's a delay, keep in mind too, we've talked about budgeting in the past. You guys need to be aware of where all your money's going. How are you keeping track of your money, all of your business revenues and your expenses? So I designed a great budgeting for business worksheet that's completely automated. It'll help you keep track of where all your money is. I've also included tax payments in there. So you guys can grab that today if you want. 17 bucks. You can use the same bit.ly link for everything else. It's www.bit.ly/TLC Marketplace. That's www.bit.ly/TLC Marketplace. Hi, Wanda. It's 7:26. I can't believe I got through all of that in 25 minutes. I'm proud of myself. I may have talked a little fast. So most of you guys know I go live from 7 to 7:25. And I try to get through all of the information that I give you all to help you all build and grow your businesses. How are you, Wanda? Did you have a good weekend? Yes, so Drafet just said, when it's automatic, it helps to eliminate errors and to help make your life easier. And your customers love being able, what does it say, to account, to what? Account their account from anywhere? Or maybe check their account from anywhere. Is that what you meant, Drafet? Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Uh-oh. I think I swiped the wrong way. Whoa. What did I do? I did something wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. No. Okay, there we go. I'm back. I don't know what I did. I was trying to swipe left to see all of the comments. I'll try one more time. There it is. Yes, check their... Okay. Check their account on the go. Okay, got it. That's what you said. You'll listen to the replay. Awesome! I'm so glad you guys were able to join me tonight. It is 7:28. I will give you all your time back. I truly appreciate you joining in every Sunday at 7. What are your thoughts about direct mail marketing? Actually, I just had a client leave my house about right before I came on, and she wanted to do some direct mail marketing. And I actually said to her, let's take a look at your target audience and let's do some Facebook and Instagram marketing first, because she's on Facebook and Instagram. And I wanted her to allocate at least half of her budget to that, and then we would allocate a different half to direct marketing. I think it all works. I mean, you need to be where your people are. So if your people are, also on social media, why not monetize that platform as well? I can't see who asked that question, but when I log off, I will go back and look to see and maybe answer that a little further. I don't see any other questions popping up though. All right, guys. Thank you so very much. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you guys next Sunday, same time. Bye. Love you guys.